Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, January the 20th. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We've got options expiration today. This is going to be a quick video because we are running a little behind, and I really want to get it up not too far from the open. Here's what I want us to pay attention to. We've got a little bit of a messy patch. We had some numbers that came in that were fairly ugly yesterday, but the jobs numbers were solid, and the Fed has told us, hey, listen, until these job numbers break, we're not doing anything. And we already know the jobs numbers are a very lagging indicator. So with a ton of Fed speak, and there are a lot of them, a lot of them are auditioning for their next jobs, and so we have to think about it from that perspective. So let's take a peek at volume. Okay, we've got our 4-hour chart here. Overnight volume really not telling us too much. Coming into the open, we can see some traders starting to position in here. My suspicion is that we sit between 3,900 and 3,940 in all likelihood. But here's the thing, we're going to break. I just don't know when and for how long. And so what we have to do is let the markets teach us. Wonderfully, TrendSpider has this heat map. So we know there's going to be a lot of arguing here until it gets moved. And so what the arguing has said is when we bounce, we're going to short. And so that's what we're going to look for in a continuation of space. So now let's take a look at the daily. We can see that the upward path of volume comes down as price action goes up. That tells us, hey, listen, we're going to exhaust. So we begin to look at the levels that are sideways in the framework, and that gives us somewhere around this 40.24-ish area, which we already know very well. We can see from the weekly chart. All right, so what are the traders trying to do? We are above the close of the prior day. And so this tells us, hey, listen, I'm trying to recover. If we lose that close, and it's 39.17, if we lose that close down there, it's going to bring the sellers into the fray. Now, how far are they going to go? I don't know. But what I do know is the following. We had downward motion on the upward path and then an exhaustion candle, right? That's volume exhaustion. And we've got downward flow holding at the same rate here. So that means people are waiting. In my mind, that's what they're telling me. And so they're looking for where the pressure is going to show up. I'll be putting in the Benzinga Pro platform where we see these options accumulating and what we want to do. But this is what I am seeing from this space. All right. Now, if we take a look at the week and what the week is doing, we have a little bit of outside pressure on the upside. Could we break down here and then hold up again? Entirely likely. Entirely likely. Remember, we're still waiting for the Fed to come out and say what they're going to do. Again, this Bank of Japan business giving me a wee bit of wiggles, but that's really what we're looking for at the end of the day. Let's take a look at SPY and see how price action moved through the day. All right, this is our monthly candlestick formation. That's why it's grayed out here. So you can see we're still inside of last month. Notice doing the same sort of thing, getting ready to have an expansion candle from last week. And so this expansion is going to lead to either a reflexive motion back to the inside that then chops around and moves in one direction or another, or it's simply going to break. I don't know what direction. I really don't. But what I'm going to do is notice the following. Remember, as we move down, volume flow dried up. That says look to the left, watch for support. And as we move up, we have less volume on the upside than on the downside. So could it be that we're just going to get less and less and less volume? Maybe until we break towards the end of the month. I don't know. But what I do know is this. I see risk in the charts. And so anything you're doing right now, I want you to make sure that your size is manageable and you don't blow up your account. That's going to be very critical right now because we do not have trending motion. Notice, do you see how we run up here and then have lower and lower selling volume? It tells us that the buyers are going to come in at the floors. So here we've got a heat map on the daily that says, hey, we could come into 385, go all the way to 382 and chop around. That's very, very likely. We could also recover and come back up into the 390 area. My thought is today, bounces or sell zones, stay frosty. They are going to shake the trees today. It is options expiry. They're going to shake out the weak hands. Watch for these levels. They're going to be excellent for you to trade against. Good luck trading. I'll see you on Monday.